Imagine a future where children and young people are lining up to vote. Imagine a future of where children and young people's rights are being respected. Because children and young people can't vote, it's even more important to have loads of different ways for children and young people to have their views taken into account when decisions are being made about their everyday lives. I'm Karim Khan and I'm a young filmmaker. This is my film. I want you to hear about your voices, your views and your rights. In the last few months I've been talking to different organisations, children and young people. This film will give you a flavour of how children and young people are putting their rights into action and making their views truly count.
As soon as I got told about it, I just immediately said yes, because it was just immediately what I wanted to do.
We're giving them a platform and an opportunity to wear their views and voices at the highest level they can possibly be. They're speaking to the leaders of the councils who's making important decisions that will affect their future lives. And so that's why it's important, and that's why they feel empowered by being here and giving their views and opinions. After every meeting, the next meeting, the leaders come back and tell them what's been done about what they've been talking to on the previous meeting, so they know they're being listened to and it's making a difference for them.
Injury minimisation programme that we run at the Oxford, at the John Radcliffe and at the Horton and Banbury. And we've now added this year additional funding from both the health service and from the council.
I think it's really important that young people have a voice, and as you can see by everyone else's views, that it's really making a difference to people of a young age, and I just think it's amazing.
They're still going to be upset and just destroyed inside and everything. Sure, getting them banged up and stuff is good.
It's a good opportunity and they never want to leave, that's how much they enjoy it. But we need to give as many children and young people the opportunity of having that voice.
Excellent. Conclusion.
We'll finish the rest of the alphabet next.
I think it's a really good opportunity because some children obviously don't have anything, they will really want to say something, and there's something going wrong in their area and they really want to be a part of something, but they don't know how to get involved, and I just think that there's so many people that could be involved.
Yes, every child has rights.
They do. I don't think most of them know about it. And if you don't know you've got them, then you can't make sure that they're being enforced, can you?
It's very important, but people don't really know about the rights, and they should be publicised more.
They all have rights, but they can't do whatever they like.
Well, they do have children's rights, but it's not really much point if no one really knows about it, so we do need to make people aware.
I think, of course, children do have rights. Of course, everybody as human beings have rights. And I think that because children are younger than adults, I don't think that it's right that they should be given less rights than the adults do. And I think that with that, it is very important that the children are able to have access to these rights, and whether through means of a school council or through means of other organisations, other bigger organisations perhaps.
Well, I definitely do think we have rights. It'd be a bit silly to say we don't.
Yeah, I think children have as many rights as anyone else, but I think in the sense of a school you have got to respect authority, not because they're always right, but because that's the way it works, and it's probably the best way for it to work.
If we don't understand what it feels like to be a child or young person, if we don't know what their experience is like of all the services that we provide, then we've no hope of providing the right services and improving them.
To do with the equality of adults and young people, I think that without the input of adults, the young people would not be able to have their views. Because if it was a world of young people, would it matter if young people made a view or an opinion? It wouldn't really, because it's obviously the adults who, the young people want to impress by their views. So they, say if they want to say cheaper bus fares or something, if they say that to a young person, nothing's going to...
It's easy for adults to think they know, but you always get surprises when you actually ask the children and they really tell you what it's like.
Our suggestions are being implemented and things are being done about what we say. We're a committee group and we make suggestions to improve the Children's Hospital for young people and children. And we do discuss the issues such as the menus and children's rights and dignity.
I've learned to be more confident in myself because I'm not the only person that's had things wrong with me in my life, and I've got to meet loads of new people. I've helped give out the booklets, I've helped change the hospital, and that's really rewarding.
The voices of children and young people in this project are really important because it's a hospital for children, so it's important that the hospital reflects what they want and what they need. So it's really important that we listen to them, and they've been given a lot of power to change things like policies and change menus and make the hospital setting better.
On the 7th we did takeover day where we went to meetings in the morning, and in the afternoon after lunch we went to Radio Charwell and we recorded the children's show, and we made playlists and did dedications for children.
They work with us on a whole range of projects in the hospital, but they're kind of like the voice of young people for us.
Well, I think what we want, what we're trying to achieve is that young people and children have the opportunity to be treated fairly and treated like adults would like themselves to be treated.
Personally, I feel like rights are there to protect us and help us through life. Like, we have the right to an education. If we don't have that in life, like, we won't be able to get qualifications, good jobs and things like that. So they're there to help us and also give us the opportunity to like express ourselves. That's what I think.
Because it helps us like getting out of trouble and stops us getting out of trouble. Because without them, like, everything would go wrong.
Well, I think that children's rights are important because by giving children these rights, it will give them a sense of knowing that they are being heard and that they are being treated equally to older people, which I think is very important for boosting confidence and for just improving the children's morale generally.
Because if you don't have rights, then people can just stand all over you.
I think it's important to give as many positive examples of the good things that young people do, because there's so many of them, to the media, in the hope that they will at least publicise some of them and that we can try and change their perceptions.